lot to talk about.
Well, I
There's
gotta tell you about my weekend and how my cat
scratched your face.
scratched my face.
Now you look like an evil villain.
Ooh.
Laser, an evil villain.
I don't see it. Let me go to videos. Let me go to channels.
Is it on the Onewheel channel?
I don't see it.
We're streaming somehow.
And it's We're just actually just testing stuff out. So let me go to the Onewheel channel. Learning to ride, uploads, playlists, videos.
It's unlisted.
Oh. Ryland's we're learning the ins and outs. Oh, there it is. Look at that. With this, you got to take the thumbnail off. It still says Cyber Monday sale.
How do I do that?
It says,
Oh, shoot. We just offered everybody huge savings on Onewheels.
oh, I can see. Okay, we're live. One person watching it's me.
Should I can't should I actually change the
It looks nice. The lighting could go up a little bit more. I would bring this guy up a lot more. I'll tell you when, Kevin. Bring main light up a tad, a smidgen.
And look at that. He does it from the comfort of his smartphone. That is impressive stuff.
It's, here we go. 43 people. We already surpassed. Awesome. Ooh,
Probably
thank you,
was.
Matthew Lucas. Yeah, we got new lights for y'all. So this looks a lot better. You could bring it down a little bit. Bring it down a little bit. All right, Jack, we're live. We got 50 people watching in the live stream. Say hello.
Oh, my goodness. Folks, hello. This is a big day. This is a big day because people have been riding Onewheels now for a little over 8 years. Wow. But never in the history of one-wheel riding has there been a proper ranking of who is the best. Until today,
Well, proper ranking who's the best in racing.
in one-wheel racing.
If we have the leaderboards in the app for mileage and streaks and all that stuff. So
True.
those are proper ranks, not to take that away from anybody. But when you talk about Onewheel Racing League, you are correct, Jack.
Yep. So basically, what's going down here today is that we're taking the results from the 2021 season. Okay. 2021 qualifiers and race the rail. And we are going to present those to the people in terms of a ranking. And that is going to be our baseline for the 2022 season, which is about to kick off.
I love it. And I know absolutely nothing about what's going to happen. Other than that, we do have power rankings. And I can't help but laugh because I could see the live stream on my computer. And I was just wondering, your socks, dude.
I am not wearing shoes.
Yeah.
Let's just clear it.
Cosmic Spunk just pointed out Jack equals socks.
I mean, it's a short existence we live, like find some time to go shoeless in this world, right?
Yeah, I'm not wearing socks.
I mean, to be honest, we're lucky my socks are on.
Yeah.
Quick plug. So we have the first sanctioned ORL event for the 2022 schedule coming up this next weekend in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. We have dirt surfers. We were there last year.
Legendary event.
Sick event. Be careful. That shale is sharp. The shale is sharp there in Eureka Springs. May 20th to 22nd. I assume if you are trying to race in that, you're already registered and you're planning on going. Killer event. Nick there throws a great show. High-level racing. Super excited to see what happens.
At the Passion Play.
At the Passion Play.
That place is gnarly for one wheel riding.
That place is gnarly for one-wheel riding.
I also want to do a quick
God.
plug. We got 70 viewers at the moment. Thank you all for joining us.
You all win a free car. Sorry.
That's a lie. But go ahead. If you're not subscribed to the One Wheel YouTube channel, please go ahead, do that. Click the thumbs up. We'd love it. We're going to be doing these all the way through the one wheel racing season. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. And let's get some momentum behind it because stuff's getting heated.
It's getting serious. So what we're going to do here today is, well, let me backtrack. Let me explain how we got to these rankings a little bit more. Okay.
Yeah.
So the great John and Chelsea Grace, legends. Of course, John, 2005's Nat Geo Explorer of the Year.
Adventure of the Year, which is even, I think, crazier.
Goes without saying that gives you a little bit of authority in this world.
Yeah.
John, who is a legend in the kayaking world, came up in the kayaking world, has seen the rise of that sport, was like, you guys need to do rankings this year. You need rankings. You need to rank these riders. We kind of covered that in the last deal, sort of the why behind the rankings, but it's a really big and exciting development. So they went ahead and they put together like a computer based algorithm that takes last year's results and will take this year's results as well, and we'll put that into this algorithm and we'll spit out a ranking system. Well, that's
science.
Well, that's great.
Computer science.
That's great news. But me as a college football fan, I know the BCS era, which was like an algorithmic ranking system that they used to rank college football teams. No one likes it. Everyone, the only thing that everyone agrees on is they hate the BCS because there's always something wrong.
Tell us.
The computer doesn't know.
No, it doesn't.
So what we've done something that I think is really smart. We have the computer algorithm, which our scientists aren't here today to explain, but trust us, it's as good as it gets. Then we send that to the committee. Who is the committee? The committee is Nick Payne, because he's got the Dirt Surfers event.
Correct.
It's Manuel Soto.
Correct.
Because he's got Seek and Shred coming up June 3rd through 5th.
Yeah.
We'll probably be there.
Maybe.
Making
waffles.
We'll see. We might just make some waffles. And then Justin Thompson. He's got the Wheel Scorcher event in North Carolina, Hendersonville, something like that.
Wait, I need to point that out because I think we said Hendersonville last time, and a lot of people commented it was actually in Cherokee, North Carolina. Is
it again?
Yeah, that's where it was. But I think if it's changed, it's
moved.
Henderson.
It moved.
Not Ville.
It's Henderson. It's at Canuga.
Might need to double check
Canuga
that.
Bike Park.
But we got called out last video we
Sorry,
did, so I
guys.
figured I'd bring it up.
Gals.
Apologize.
Thanks for that.
Move forward.
Okay, so we got 3 committee members. We got Nick from Dirt Surfers. We got Manuel from Seek and Shred. We got Justin from Wheel Scorcher. And then John and Chelsea Grace are going to be the 4th member of the committee. So basically the computer rankings spits out what it thinks the top one-wheel riders, racing one-wheel riders are. We send those to the committee. They fill out their own rankings, and then we average them. Okay, so that's what we're going to see today unveiled right here is that. We're going to see the average of the computer and the people coming together to rank the best one-wheel riders in the country.
Get your high school math textbooks out because
Get your TI-84 calculators.
yeah, we're doing some science over here.
So let's start, shall we, let's start on the ladies' side.
I'm excited. I haven't seen this list or heard, and Jack's been hiding it.
So basically what we're going to do is we're going to break down the top 10 on the men's and women's side. Tomorrow we'll post, there's more people ranked. So I think there's at least 25 people ranked. Tomorrow we'll post whatever the full rankings are. But right now we're just going over the top 10. Okay?
Nice.
So, and we're going to get Adam's reaction. We're going to look forward to the schedule. We're going to talk about who we think might be underrated. Dare I say who might be overrated? This podcast or whatever we're doing is sure to get us disliked by at least some one-wheel riders. But hey, life is short. Okay. So let's start with number 10.
It's all right.
On the women's side.
Number 10. Let's go.
Amanda Thompson.
Oh,
number 10.
Manny McFly. Coming in at number 10.
And she, if I recall, just missed race. Did she just miss Race to the Rail last year?
I believe so. She came in 2020. She was voted in.
Yep.
Fierce competitor.
Fierce competitor out of Boston.
I'm not sure if it's Boston, but it's the Northeast for sure.
She rides in
because
the Northeast.
she will let you know that it's different terrain up there.
Roots.
Yeah. Roots, rocky chunk. It takes a very technical
Highly
rider
technical.
to be able to conquer that stuff, and she can totally do that, and she showed that. So number 10.
A lot of heart. Amanda Thompson.
Yeah.
Number 9 on the women's side in the inaugural rankings, which will be updated after each event.
So after
Dirt Surfers, we
Dirt
will have an
Surfers,
update.
this will change.
This will
change up.
But going into the season, number 9, Chloe Kozlowski.
Oh, is that Isaac's sister?
Isaac's sister out in Bozeman,
Wow.
in Montana. Chloe, I loved watching Chloe race in Vegas last year. Do you remember? Chloe is one of the toughest competitors that I have witnessed riding a one wheel. She took some big spills,
Yeah.
dusted herself off, got back up.
That was probably one of the gnarliest one-wheel race courses I've seen in a while. You know, it's just like so insane.
It was carnage.
Yeah.
Okay, number 8, Christy Miller.
Christy Miller.
Christy Miller, the
Dude.
better half of the Christy and Bart combo.
Oh,
Christy Miller, number 8.
Number 8.
I heard Bart. I've talked to Bart every now and again. Absolute legend. And he's telling me, he's like, this is Christy's year. He said it. So
While we're on the Millers, I got to give a huge shout out to their daughter, Zoe Miller, who I had been watching on Instagram, absolutely crushing it at
Oak City Shred.
Oak City Shred. And just like,
She took home, I think she took home the squirrel. This is what Bart texted me. I don't know if this is a real division or not. Maybe this is, but I think he said that she took home the squirrel division.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but
Yeah, at least
Zoe,
she
you're
won.
crushing it. Keep it going.
Yep.
The Millers, epic one-wheel family.
Good people.
Love them.
Absolutely. Okay, number 7, Gabby Soto.
Oh, nice.
Out of
Number
Sacramento.
7, shredder, absolute shredder.
Young.
Up and coming.
Up and coming. So last year, I feel like Gabby kind of burst onto the scene. I mean, a lot of people burst on the scene. It was a big emerging year. But I was not familiar with Gabby before last year. All of a sudden, I think at Dirt Surfers, she did really well. She made it to the finals, and I remember her doing well.
She's got a great community around her, and she gets to ride with some
great riders.
absolute shredders. So I can only imagine that just, pushes her bar higher and higher to go faster and harder.
And I feel like she's one of these riders who we could see a big jump from last year to this year.
Yeah.
I could see Gabby being a force to be reckoned with in 2022. Okay, number 6 on the women's side, Jamie Bryant.
Jamie Bryant.
I-
She was kind of new too last year to
Sure.
us, to the race for the rail scene.
Sure.
And she came out with amazing energy.
Amazing energy.
Absolutely.
That's what I was going to say.
Just positive, stoked. I loved it. She was a great person.
Jamie, totally. I second that. Selfishly, I have to be honest, there are some people who you are rooting for to get to the race to rail, because you're like, I just kind of want to hang out with them.
Yeah.
And Jamie Bryant is one of those people. Okay. And I believe Jamie Bryant out of Ohio,
Okay.
potentially. Midwest, I think. Yeah.
Midwest. Ohio is Midwest.
I think, could be wrong. Rust Belt, some may say.
Hmm.
Number 5 on the women's side, Rachel Payne.
Rachel Payne. I think she was my pick a couple of years ago. And, I mean, she's just fast. Her and Nick are like, I feel like we're constantly searching for new trails. They are the explorers and of that, like, Mid-South one-wheel world.
Rachel is super, super kind, very, very sort of calm, good presence about her.
Yep.
She's kind of like that silent killer,
Yeah.
Rachel Payne, the silent killer. Let's think about it. Let's workshop it, but it could be something.
Yeah. That's a good tagline.
Rachel Payne, the silent killer. Rachel Payne, I feel like always in the top I mean, I think this ranking honestly is perfect. She is like always kind of top 5.
Yeah,
but
I would say that too.
She hasn't broken through.
Well, she's had some injuries in the past that kind of
That's
like,
right.
you know, messed a lot of that up. But overall, yeah, I think she's, like you said, always around top 5. And that shows a lot about the type of rider she is.
Absolutely. Okay, moving on. Oh my gosh. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Number 4.
Oh my gosh. Okay. The rankings on my computer are not in chronological. So far, I've said them all correctly. That's the good news.
That's
but now
awesome.
I have to be very careful because they're mixed. I have a rank column, but it's not the same as the number. Okay, so Rachel Payne is number 5. Number 4, Allison Stanley.
Boom. Style
Style,
Stanley.
energy.
Yeah, she's always smiling. She's
I
always
love
bringing a
Allie.
good vibe.
She's got so much energy. She's like, we did a video project with Allie, and the people that were there were like, you should be a stunt double. You'd be an amazing stunt double. She's just zooming over here, zooming over there, takes a spill, rolls it out. Like, she's just a ball energy.
Well, she's got more of the like kind of the trick background from what I've seen, and I think that really helps out when you're a racer and you have those like very fine muscle points, like especially just like jumping, doing 180s, whatever. That always helps out for racing. So
she's got good board awareness.
Yes, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Great board awareness.
But she also charges and she's fearless too. I think 4 is about right for her, just because she hasn't gone. I mean, same deal with Rachel Payne. She hasn't like won one big maybe, but I think this year she could be your year. I don't know.
Could be.
I think we'll see what the Vegas odds are, but I think a bet on Allie would not be a bad idea. Okay, number 3. This is big now. We're in the top 3. Okay?
Top 3.
And there's 3 names that we haven't said, and the real question is, what order are they in? Number 3,
Tell us.
Rachel Cecil.
Rachel Cecil at number 3.
Ooh, a little bit of a surprise for you.
I mean, again, I don't know the algorithm and the committee's choices, but
Sure.
you know,
The beauty of it is that we are not involved,
no.
so
not
we
at
can
all.
be hypercritical of the rankings. Would you have her higher?
I would probably have her at least number 2.
Yeah.
Just because her performance at Race for the Rail last year was, until she went head to head with Zoe Thomas, she was looking like she was just going to dominate everything.
She was dominating.
Yeah, she was just like, and that was so cool to be able to be down there interviewing her after every race, and it was just like I was looking forward to talking to her. But number 2 is not bad.
Number 3.
Number 3.
So maybe
Number 2.
maybe underrated. Even at number 3, Rachel Cecil, we expect very big things from this year. Okay, number 2, Raquel McCosker.
Raquel, I think that would be a lot of people's number 1, because again, she's just been like top 5 in everything.
Top 2. I mean, in
Yeah.
every race that she raced last year, she won. Of course, she sustained that injury before Race the Rail.
Mm-hmm.
But she won. I think she won everything before, like, right? I mean, I think she won Dirt Surfers. She won in Vegas.
Oh yeah, she almost went Triple Crown. I think she didn't go to the East Coast.
Yeah.
But yeah, she would have probably got Triple Crown.
Totally.
Maybe. I think.
And you can't say, she wasn't able to compete in Race the Rail. So it's, we can only pontificate on if she would have won. It's like that's one of the questions we won't know. But she was just crushing it.
She's an absolute shredder. I mean, kind of one of the OG lady shredders out there, have inspired hundreds,
And
if
just
not thousands of women to get out and ride Onewheel. It's awesome.
And a super competitor.
Yeah.
Such a competitor. Like, kind of has that Kobe Bryant like focus, here to win type of mentality, which gets the job done, to be honest. So
Well,
that leaves one.
I think I know who this is. It has to be last year's Race for the Rail champion, Zoe Thomas.
It's Zoe Thomas, and I think that's what happens when you win the championship. Last year, you come into this year ranked number one. So
Top
Zoe, the thing is that when you're number one, you got the target on your back, and
Yeah,
now we'll
that's
see
true.
if Zoe can back it up. But let's go ahead and drop that full ranking on the screen.
Drop it on screen. Yeah, I mean, Zoe Thomas has always had a little bit of an advantage with Race for the Rail being in her backyard pretty much for the last couple of years.
That's true.
But I don't think that takes away from what she's been able to accomplish this early on in her one-wheel career. And again, another just like quiet, soft-spoken. She always comes at me with some one-liners that I love.
Ka-chow.
Ka-chow, or, I forget what she said when she took the big dig in, like, I think it was 2019. She took a big spill, and I interviewed her, and she was just like, I was just going to send it. And I was like, okay.
I was just going to send it.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. Honestly, one of my favorite one-wheel memories ever is just seeing Zoe up on stage with that massive hammer and that flower, that
was rad.
flower thing
Legitimate. I forget what Monica said it actually was.
from Hawaii.
From Hawaii, handmade and flown in a hand.
Super cool.
Yeah, from Hawaii to Utah, onto Zoe's head for the championship. Pretty epic.
Super epic.
I
What was in the studio? Producer
I didn't realize the sheet was out of numerical order.
not in chronological. So we're not going to put the overlay on just because there's been some confusion. We're going to take this is week one of the rankings. We're going to
dial this
adjust.
in.
We're going to learn, but so just to recap, our top 10 we'll start at 1 and we'll go to 10 this time.
Yeah.
Okay, so
wait. Yeah, go for it. Hey, everybody in the comments, thanks for watching. Thanks for writing something in the comments. Maybe we'll take a few minutes at the end of this to go over some ORL questions, Race for the Rail questions. I've seen some questions. How do you enter a race to be considered to go to Race for the Rail? We'll go over that briefly, but now let's head to the men's top 10.
men's top 10. Okay. Wow. Okay. This is challenging.
I don't even know where this is gonna land.
You don't even. Yeah. Adam has no idea. I have the list in front of me. So we'll just see how Adam feels about this top 10. Okay. Number 10, Austin Silva.
What?
Boom.
What?
Yeah. That's how you know it's a stacked field.
That's a shock to me.
Yeah. What would
I
you?
guess-
Okay.
I
What
guess
would you
I-
have thought?
So yeah, I have to think back to performances.
That's
because
right.
that's like I'm going off of what I know these folks are capable of, having ridden with them, having watched them race numbers of times. But Austin won the Vegas race last year.
Austin, not only did he win the Vegas race, he looked absolutely unstoppable at the Vegas race.
Like smooth criminal.
Smooth criminal, fast, incredibly fast criminal.
Huh.
So if you remember, he took that big spill at Dirt Surfers.
Yes.
Like he was putting up big times and then took
Yeah.
that big spill at Dirt Surfers. So Neil won that event, and Austin, I think his time, whatever, that hurt his performance. And then at Race the Rail, he took another spill, right?
Yep.
And set him back there too. So
he flew off that thing. I'm so glad that he was okay. But that was like, that's how you know how hard people are going. Remember, like Dom hit the fence, Austin flew off the freaking corner ramp.
wear your helmets, folks.
Wear your helmets and wrist guards and chest protectors and things.
And if you're not one of the best one-wheel riders in the world, don't push it.
Wait. Neil just commented, "Don't make Austin mad. We are all now screwed." He's coming back with vengeance.
For real though. I mean, I think that's what you alluded to earlier. I think Austin on potential, is a top 3 to 5 rider.
But again, it's not a lot of this for.
That's why we got to race. That's why you play the games.
For Race for the Rail, it's
why you play
not
games.
who's the best, ever. It's who's the best on that day.
That's true.
That's how it is with every championship
That's true.
competition.
Okay, moving right along. Number 9, Finn Holcomb.
Hey, Finn.
Young Finn.
That's cool. That's cool to see. Finn was like an up and comer too.
Yep.
I was really excited to see him because he's just young and he's excited and he wants to race and it's just like got that energy in him. So
He's got that like 16-year-old bounce
yes,
is what he's got.
he does have that 16-year-old bounce.
So he is racing out of North Carolina, Finn is. And he came in, he placed maybe number 3 in the Eastern Regional last year, just behind Dom and behind Kyle Hansen.
Dude, do you remember when all of the homies, they were all like all the top dogs at the Eastern Regional, you had to take the drop line.
Yeah.
You had to do the like 4.5 foot drop off the mountain bike feature into like, that's what Kyle messed up on in his last lap.
Right.
And I remember when Finn may have been the first person to take that drop. A little cloudy in the memory there, but like I was super pumped up when Finn stuck the landing.
I
on the
remember that
drop.
too.
Yeah.
We should find that audio because I think I was yelling.
We're gonna get all these good little moments so we could have them next live stream.
That would
Just play them and stuff.
that would be dope. So at number 9, Finn Holcomb, and Finn also, so he plays very competitively in the Eastern Regional, and then he actually did really well in the Race of the Rail.
Yeah.
He made it pretty deep, and I think that's why we see him in the spot that he's at today. Number 9 in the nation, Finn Holcomb.
Awesome.
Number 8 in the nation, Onewheel rider,
Tell me.
Neil Bennett.
No way. What is going on? What?
There's a lot of names. You'll see all the names. It's tough. It gets tough.
Isn't that's crazy because
That's crazy talk.
well, you think about it like when you're I'm kind of like it's like
Laser's getting emotional right now.
well, you think about like Neil won
He
a regional, Austin won a regional, and even that is not enough to put you at the top of the ranking list, which is like
We might need to talk to the committee.
I mean, I'm not doubting anything. I'm just like when I have a first reaction to it,
You got it.
Whoa.
It's good. This is what the people want.
I hope.
The people want you freaking pulling your hair out.
No, I
right
don't
now.
want to do that.
No, you know what this is like? This is like college football week 1 rankings. And then at the end of the season, you look back at week 1, you're like, they had Michigan behind Florida? Like, that's insane.
That's actually a really good way to put it.
This
is that like this is just based on last year's stuff, which this ranking system didn't even exist last year. So, yeah, that's
It's all going to change literally in a week. It's all going to, we'll see once we get real. And the cool thing is we have 3 community sanctioned events, 2 qualifying events. So that's 5 data points going into the race of real.
this is
So,
exciting.
I know, it's really exciting. Okay. So, Neil is number 8.
Number 8.
The number 7 rider on the men's side in the nation, Brendan Schermeyer.
Brandon Floaty.
Floaty.
2020 race for the rail, men's race for the rail champion.
And that wasn't even included in the computer rankings.
And that's not even
The
included.
humans probably took that into account, though.
You think so?
I would have.
Yeah, I mean, it is at their discretion, but yeah, that dude is awesome to watch race. What I love about Brendan is that he's always willing to let me put a GoPro on his board or helmet. And
I appreciate that.
I know that the viewers love those angles. I love them.
It's my favorite.
And he doesn't complain. He's like, oh, yeah, dude, you want?
Dude, because
Wanna
at the
put it
end
on
of
the
the
board?
day, if you're cooking, you're cooking. Like
Yeah.
a little GoPro on the side.
You know what
Shoot, worst thing that happens, you hit a rock, that thing goes flying, like,
You know what
whatever.
I always say, Jack? It's not the board, it's the rider.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, there is a reason why we see the same names here that we kind of always see, and that's because these people are the best people. That's the cold hard fact. Floaty McFly, what a legend. Love that guy. Moving right along, number 6.
Number 6.
The number 6 rider in the nation. Noah Build.
Noah Bill.
Noah Build. Young Noah.
Another young gun.
Young gun.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Noah at Float Life Fest in 2018 or 19, and he was like,
wow.
he was like the kid
Mm-hmm.
who's like, he wasn't quite in the big dog group yet.
Yeah.
But he was like the young gun, you know. And now it's cool to see that he's on the cusp of being a top 5 rider in the country.
When I think of no build, I just think pure stoke.
Yep,
I
great
feel
kid.
like every time I see him, he's smiling, he's happy, he just wants to ride one wheel.
Great kid.
And
Great
that's
parents
amazing.
too.
Yeah, great parents.
Great kid. Great parents. Expect big things from Noah. This could be a big year for him. I mean, it goes without saying, any of these riders could take it, but I think Noah, you know, this could be his year.
For sure.
Number 5.
This is it, top 5. Wow.
Top 5.
This is- Give it to us, Jack.
Ori Rush.
Ori Rush. I think Ori is one of the most consistent riders.
Super consistent.
I think he's always up there. He knows like where it is for him on the board, and he does it.
What I love about Ori, doesn't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
You know, I think like a lot of people are taking it more seriously than him. And he's just kind of like loose and relaxed and like has this like, hey, if it's meant to be, it'll happen type of attitude. Awesome drawer, plays tunes, like very just a renaissance man.
Yeah, he's a talented individual.
Super cool person.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta be honest, last year, going into Race the Rail, I thought Ori, I was not betting on Ori. To be honest, and I'm sorry, Ori, but I thought he was gonna be knocked out in the early rounds. But he moved on several times last year in Race the Rail, proving experience.
Experience is important.
Yep.
And consistency. I think once you know you can like follow up a performance after a good performance. That's what Ori has.
A true veteran.
Yeah.
And the pride of Mansfield, Ohio.
Yes. Yes.
Ori Rush. I can't wait to say that an obnoxious amount of times this year. Okay. Number 4. The number 4 rider in the nation.
Dude, I don't even know.
Dominic Williams.
Oh, interesting. I'm only saying interesting because I know Dom has gone off to college in New Zealand.
True.
So I don't even know if he'll be racing this year.
True.
That's it probably will be a big story for people is he going to show up at one of the ORL races?
Will he? Totally. I mean, I think that's a huge question.
I mean, he definitely deserves to be up there. He's without a doubt one of the most proficient one-wheel riders out there.
Sure.
You know, watching.
He's insane.
Yeah.
He's insane.
I mean, 2019 race for the rail champion at how old was he? 16 years old.
Yeah.
You know, he's grown into a young man these days, and he's off on the other side of the world at university, and yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully doing some studying.
Hopefully studying, but
Right.
hopefully like wheeling the heck out of those New Zealand trails.
He sent me some photos, so I know he's wheeling out there.
Okay.
But I think that is a subplot,
Yeah.
a sub story for this year is
Will Dom Williams show up at the 2022 ORL qualifiers?
Yeah, I mean, totally. Like, is he just gonna pop in on one of these things and like, you know, place first and punch a ticket to the race? Like, we'll see.
Hey man, if he doesn't, it's whatever.
There's a lot of good riders.
There's a lot of good riders to
Exactly.
take his spot. So
You got to think everyone behind number 4 is thinking, well, if he doesn't show up, even if he does.
yeah, even if he does, is he in riding shape? So you never know. Let's go. Number 3.
Number 3, rider in the country, young Bodie Harrison.
Oh, Bodie Harrison.
Who's that?
I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, probably. I love the dude. Love Bodie. Loved watching him race last year. One of my favorite moments was watching him come down Squirrel Pig straights, and he just looked like a relaxed. I don't even know.
That was amazing.
It was just like both arms down, gliding across the ground,
But
and
going like 2 miles an hour faster than someone else. Just like
and again, just another person I love seeing at the end of the race and being able to talk to. Amazing human.
amazing human.
But I feel like he's always in that 2 to 3 spot.
That's me. Yeah,
So-
he's always 2 to 3. And you know, he's
I'm
gotta do
waiting
it.
for the year.
He's
I'm
gotta do
waiting
it.
for the year. As much as I love
I know.
all these other riders, it's always like, is it Bodie's year? Like, come
Totally.
on now. The dude's always got second, third, whatever. You know, like I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Yeah.
I'm ready too. I mean, yeah, obviously Bodie's as talented as any one wheel person there is
Yeah.
in the world. And what is it? It's always, you know, always the bride is made, never the bride, right? That's the thing. And I will say this: what I really most respect about Bodie is how gracious he has been every year, because he's so good and he's so close, and
Yeah.
and he just hasn't done it. But every year he's the first person to congratulate whoever has won, and I think that, to me, I know it's not all about Capri Sun and orange slices and sportsmanship, but to me, that says more about a person than what happens when they win.
Dude, can I create and this is not just for Bodie, but it could be for anybody each year. Can I create like a sports person or a
Sports person of the
I
year.
don't want to say sportsman, but like yeah,
Could
like
be a sportswoman and a sportsman.
sportspersonship of the year or of
Award.
yeah. You know how
We
like
should
the
make that.
NFL does it for
Yeah.
like community service and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff. Like we should totally kind of go beyond who the fastest racer is and kind of show other people like in the community that do amazing things and
I think that's
you know
cool.
help progress this sport. I think that'd be pretty rad.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, we'll think about that. Maybe
Well-
you'll get a golden fender
Ooh, a golden fender.
painted by me.
Number 2. Are you ready for number 2?
Yeah.
Number 2 in the national rider rankings, out of San Diego, Kyle Hansen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
it feels right.
Yeah, it feels right. Kyle is I said it for Allie. Kyle is style.
Kyle is style.
You know, like
Totally.
something about those Southern California folk. They just,
Another stunt double type.
yeah, they just have this style to them. You watch them race and ride, and like, fortunately, Kyle fell off his board. Well, ran out his
Yep.
board last year. But still, even so, I think I remember when Tyler took off. Tyler said, Kyle was like yelling behind me, like, "Go, keep going, get it!" And like, I don't know, that just
So cool.
It's so cool to see that stuff in such a competitive arena.
And of course, Kyle and Tyler, good friends. Kyle basically, I'm under the impression, taught Tyler how to ride, essentially, or got, you know,
Epic
was part
story.
of that, you know, getting Tyler on board. So Kyle Hansen, totally agree. I mean, like, not everyone makes riding one wheel look good. Kyle Hansen makes riding one wheel look cool.
Always having fun.
Always having fun.
Always having fun.
Great energy. I like Kyle a lot. Kyle Hansen, your number 2 ORL ranked rider. And number 1, that leaves Tyler James.
Tyler James, 2021 men's race for the rail champion. I mean, he knows how to manage a race. That's what we saw last year. Is
Yeah.
he figures out how to get in the front, watch the flow of things, keep in charge of the race, and yeah, we'll see how things go this year. I haven't been keeping up. I mean, I don't know if he's going out to any events to race, but yeah.
I assume he is. I know he had the knee.
Oh yeah.
He had the knee, but I think the knee's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I know he's riding, so I know he's, I assume that he is. It might be interesting. Like, I don't know if he'll be racing this weekend at Dirt Surfers.
Yeah.
But I assume that he will be this year. And you make a good point, because it's like, you know, we talked about the Austins of the world, or the Doms of the world, right? Like, these are riders who are incredibly fast, incredibly talented, but came out a little hot last
Yeah.
year, right? And Tyler had like a sort of more, he took it a little easier on that race course, and I think that benefited him in the end. You know, but like Dom obviously was going like a bat out of hell and ran into the gate, right? And
Yeah, it's almost like you can't be too out of control in your speed. You have to be able to manage it, but also how do you do that when the person next to you is trying to go just like
a little faster.
A little tiny bit
So
faster.
race management, what you just said,
Yeah.
that's real.
I think that's pretty. I've been watching some old motocross things, and there's a big battle between Jeremy McGrath and Ricky Carmichael, who is also a big wheeler.
True.
And that was like a thing. It's like in racing, it's like it's not just who goes the fastest, unless you're doing an Olympic sprint.
Sure.
But even so, you go into those longer distance races, you need to know the field, how they're racing, and how you can work within them.
Sure. What's the strategy that I can implement that's going to suit to my style on this course, And, there will be change. Like that's one of the coolest things, too, is that each course in both the sanctioned events and the qualifying events, they're all going to be different, right? So I think we're going to see a lot of diversity. We're going to see different riders might be stronger in some types of courses than others. And then Race the Rail might have some significant changes to it this year too. So
that's why I think if I was a serious racer, like you have to go to all the events, unless you make it like right off the bat. You have to go to all the events because you can't just be like, oh, I live on the West Coast. Let me go to the West Coast ORL regional. Well, what if that course doesn't actually suit your strengths in riding? Now it's like that was your only shot, and then you don't have it anymore.
It's true.
So you got to kind of, I know it's a lot.
It's a commitment.
It's a commitment, but any sport is, and I think it'll just only get more fun going to all the events as the years go on and it gets bigger.
It's just like anything else. If you want to be the best, you got to make some sacrifices.
That's true.
Right?
What did Pre say? To sacrifice anything less than the gift is something.
It's bad.
Or I don't forget.
I
kind of butchered that, but
no, I like that. I love Pre.
Yeah.
Go Ducks. What was that? We'll think of that quote. We'll get back to you. But okay, so top 10 on the men's side. Just to recap: 1, Tyler James; 2, Kyle Hansen; 3, Bodie Harrison; number 4, Dom Williams; number 5, Ori Rush; number 6, Noah Bild; number 7, Brendan Schurmeyer; number 8, Neil Bennett; number 9, Finn Holcomb; and number 10, Austin Silva.
Amazing lineup of gentlemen.
Heavy hitting. Okay.
In.
Most underrated.
In that whole entire list.
Who are you expecting out of that list to sort of overperform?
Well, I think immediately Neil and Austin are going to jump to the top of that list as long as they can be consistent. I think one of the things that those guys, their challenge is to not go too hard and just like focus on the race, because they know themselves, they know the boards so well.
Yeah.
Like watching those two ride, it's unbelievable. But
it is.
When you bring that type of energy and that skill and level of riding into a race format, I think, as we've seen, they've both won, but then they've both had some downfalls,
Totally.
which obviously put them back in the ranking. So I think those two are going to jump up pretty shortly, as long as they could get underneath that early in the season. But I don't know. I think obviously Dom, is he going to show up? Is he not going to show up? That's a big story right there.
That is a big story.
And I'm actually interested about Kyle being in second. Is he going to come out and be like, hey, I'm in second. Like, I came in second last year at Race for the Rail, won Easterns. Like, I actually probably have a good shot at this thing. So
came in second in the Easterns, but
second,
right? Dom.
That's true. Yes.
Dom came in first, but yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of curious about him.
I think
where he's going to land.
I agree. I think to me, can Tyler, for me, one
That's
of the big
true.
storylines, can Tyler stay up top?
Yeah, because Tyler was a wild card.
Same thing with Zoe. It's like when you're at the top of the mountain, you got the bullseye on you. Like, everyone wants to be where you are, and we'll see how he handles that. And I think that'll be pretty interesting, because anyone in this top 10, I think on any day could come in and beat him. And I should mention, so on the men's side, based on results last year, there's actually 50 ranked riders. So we'll go ahead and post the full ranking
That's rad.
tomorrow. On the women's side, let me scroll down. Based on last year's participants and ranking or in finish placements, there's 25 women ranked. So we'll go ahead and post the full list tomorrow. But right now, just unveiling the top 10. But there are names.
God, I hope
Like-
Bart Miller's on that list.
Like, you know, there's folks like Dave Stewart who weren't in the top 10.
Yeah, and Dave,
There's folks like
Yeah.
Noah Mead on the East Coast from South Carolina. There's folks like Jesse Turpin, right? So there's fast people outside
yes.
the top 10.
And I think there's going to be people that we haven't seen in the top 10 at the Race for the Rail the
We're going to
past
see
3
some people
years.
just shoot up the rankings.
Like people are going to start coming in and maybe bumping some of these
Yeah.
more well-known riders off.
Every year it happens.
It's going to happen. So that's kind of
Last
also
year at
the
this
exciting
time,
thing.
you know who we were not talking about?
Tyler James.
Not at all. Would not have even discussed Tyler James
You're
going into the season.
Absolutely correct on that.
So
All
it's
right.
going to be exciting. So a couple meat and potatoes things.
Yeah, how about you give us a rundown again, Jack? So if I am a one-wheel rider, racer, how do I get my chance at Race for the Rail?
Go ahead and, well, you can do a couple things. What I would highly recommend is registering for a qualifying event, right? So there's 2 qualifiers, one in San Jose, California, the Western qualifier, one on the East Coast in North Carolina at Canoga Bike Park, whatever town it is. I think it starts with an H. So those 2 qualifiers are going to be your best bet to getting a ticket. The top 4 riders on the men's and women's side will automatically advance to Race the Rail from those events. So go ahead and register. Go to our One Wheel Racing League website, which if you Google One Wheel Racing League should pop up. I'm not sure if it's onewheelracing.com or One Wheel Racing League. Find it in the show notes below. But go there, register for one of those. That's going to be your best chance. But you can also, maybe the dates don't line up, whatever. You can also sign up to go to any of the 3 community-sanctioned events. So we covered them earlier in the show. The next one is Dirt Surfers, which is May 20th and 22nd, next weekend in Arkansas. There's going to be Seek and Shred on the West Coast, beginning of June, and then Wheel Scorcher on the East Coast. So
What a
Go
schedule.
to any of 'em.
I love it.
it's super cool. It's really cool.
And I got to follow up on the quote that I kind of butchered. Steve Prefontaine, legendary Oregon Ducks runner and overall, American
Badass.
distance runner legend. Rest his soul. To give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift.
Wow.
So,
We should probably just end it there.
yeah. We'll do another one of these after.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Who's overrated? Who's underrated? Who do you got?
After we publish this, hit the comments. Tell us who you think is underrated, overrated. Go look at the larger list and say, hey, I kind of think this person is going to make it into the top 10.
Totally.
Given, and following next week's race, we'll
probably do this again next week.
do this next week. Might be live from Austin, Texas.
Oh.
But, yeah.
That sounds fun. Yeah, if you're in Austin, we're doing an event next week.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks.
2 weeks from now. Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend.
Well, thanks.
Quick answer for Dale Martin. I gotta say, how do we just attend the qualifier? Just show up, right?
You got to register.
You got to register to attend.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. If you just want to watch,
You just want to watch.
you just show up.
Just show up, or if you
Yep.
can't make it, we'll be live streaming it.
Yep.
It'll be great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally. Come on by, Dale.
All
All
right.
right, folks. Well, thank you for joining us. We will be doing rankings after each event. Thanks for tuning in. Go fast. Have fun. Wear your helmet.
Go fast, have fun, wear your helmet. Peace.
sprint. Oh! Brady just glides into first, past Tyler. Oh my God!
This sport is gonna be so much more intense.